This AIB original programming is being presented thanks to the generous supporters of viewers like you.
It is a religious tradition that emerged in ancient India, now with tens of millions of adherents across the globe.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
It is a religion and philosophy that developed from the teachings of one called the Awakened or Enlightened One, the Buddha. Welcome to Exploring Buddhism.
Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
We begin with a visit to the Georgia Buddhist Vihara in Stonecrest, Georgia, outside of Atlanta. It is a monastery or residence for monks dedicated to teaching generosity, morality, and meditation, as well as the values based in the traditions of Sri Lanka. Bhante Panamwela Wajira-Buddhi is the abbot. Our conversation in front of a shrine where prayers or puja are offered.
Every day we do have puja or chanting, and we are making these offerings to Buddha, offering flowers, candles, and so forth. So this is our one of the shrine rooms. We have other one upstairs. So this is one of the shrine rooms that we are making our chanting and meditation.
Around the perimeter of the room, ancient tradition and high-tech merge, with recording equipment for the Vihara's daily webcast, along with paintings depicting the spiritual journey and life story of the founder of Buddhism, the Buddha. And that is where we begin, with a royal birth in or around 632 before the Common Era in what is now Nepal.
Buddha, he was born as Prince Siddhartha. He was born in Lumbini, in Nepal. Today modern we call Nepal. And he was as a prince, and he had very luxurious life.
At the site of the Buddha's birth in Lumbini, a pink sandstone pillar remains, dating from the 3rd century before the Common Era. It was erected then by the Indian Emperor Ashoka to mark his conversion to Buddhism. According to Buddhist tradition, for Buddha, born Siddhartha, the prince, a luxurious life left him with doubts.
But he found that the solutions for the human problem is not here, not in the palace, not with this luxurious life. So I need to go out and see what's going on outside, because predictors told king that this person would be a king or universal monarch, or can be a Buddha, home to homelessness.
The king, his father, was wary and warned the court to keep Siddhartha within the palace walls.
But one day he asked permission to go out. Then he saw the real world. Sick people, old age people, dead people, and some people are, developing their mind. They are very calm people. So then he came home, and then he thought, why this is difference? So today I saw the real world. Now I need to renounce from this place and going for to find the truth, find the reality, why this happening, and the nature. What is the real nature of this human body, human beings. So then he went out, and then he spent in the forest, and he went to different teachers, and he learned everything. But still he could not find the answers for his questions. Why these are changing? Why this is impermanent? Why it's not satisfactory there? So then he found teachers. He could not satisfy with the learnings from those teachers. finally, he went to Bodh Gaya, today we call Buddha Gaya in India. And then he went and sat down one of the trees called Bodhi tree. And he meditated, deeply he meditated. Then he became enlightened Buddha. Then after that we call him Buddha or Gautama Buddha.
From there, the Buddha traveled and taught others what he had learned, the Dhamma, the teachings.
When he became enlightened Buddha, and he found the difficulties of teaching this deep Dhamma to the people, because people, they are not matured much, I mean, they are not much developed people. Developed means that their mind is not that much turned to development level. So he was a little bit worried, how I could teach this, because this is deep, and how I can reach these people, because most people they are more of practicing rituals. They are practicing rituals, and then how can I teach this deep Dhamma?
Dhamma is a word in Pali that means nature. Pali is a language native to the Indian subcontinent. It is the sacred language of all religious texts of the Theravada form of Buddhism dominant in Southeast Asia.
So Dhamma means nature, the reality. The sun rises. It is Dhamma. That is nature. So it's called Dhamma.
The Buddha's first teachings are known as the Four Noble Truths: that suffering exists, the cause of suffering, the end of suffering, and the path to the end of suffering. We continue with an explanation from the abbot of the Georgia Buddhist Vihara.
We all are experiencing sufferings. Every moment, every second, we are experiencing of sufferings. And he introduced sufferings to the world from birth. He said, Jatipi dukkha. Jati means birth. Birth is suffering. The reason, when mother gives birth to baby is not born happily. The baby is crying, right? So he comes to this world and he brings in the suffering. This is because then after that, what happened? He need to feed the body. He need to shower. He need to take care of his body, and he needs to take medicines. He needs to study, and he needs to find the way to live. And most of the time he gets angry, he gets hungry, and then he needs foods, right? So that is the beginning of the suffering. So after that, he said, birth is suffering, and old age, decaying is suffering. Decaying or aging is suffering. That's called Jara. Jara means aging. And Vyadhi. Vyadhi is suffering. Vyadhi means sicknesses. So we are all experiencing different kind of sicknesses. At least headache. Or even some kind of mental sicknesses, like getting angry quickly, having jealousy at someone, and having a lot of ego. So those are sicknesses too. That's why we have a lot of psychiatric doctors, because it's not bodily, and also mentally also we get sick. So we need medication. And he said that is also suffering. And whatever I want, I cannot get, or I cannot reach. I want my body to keep as today, as young. But it doesn't work. That's what I want, but it doesn't work. So then I feel suffering. Then whatever I like, it goes away from me. Whatever I want, it goes away from me. Whatever I don't want, it comes to me. And whatever I want, it goes away from me. So that's also suffering. So we need to understand this nature. If we understand this nature, we are able to live peacefully and happily. We are able to overcome all bad actions. Bad actions are doing by physically, verbally, and mentally. So if we understand of our nature, then we are able to overcome of all other unwholesome actions. People are doing unwholesome actions because they don't realize their own nature, what we inherited. We inherited with the sufferings, so we don't realize that. We think that we are going to live forever. Right? Then we try to grab many things. We try to collect many things. And we generate greediness instead of overcome greediness. So then people are doing more and more unwholesome commerce. That's why presidents or the kings or the government authorities, they are not satisfied what they have. King is not satisfied with his country. He wants to take another countries because of greediness. And he thinks, I'm going to live forever. And Alexander, he was taking countries.
Alexander the Great.
Finally, he realized, what I gained, nothing. I lost my life, And he requested when his funeral rites, when the body is taken to the burial ground, make sure keep my hands out from the casket. Then showing that my hands are free. Nothing I collected, nothing I am taking, right? So that is how he realized finally of what we are going to take. Whatever we collect, whatever we accumulate, nothing that we are taking with us. But if we accumulate good things, good habits, if we serve to the world, if we help to the world, if we kind to the world, that's something we accumulated and take with us whenever we live.
The Buddha, the Enlightened One, taught that suffering is part of the human condition. That concept is one of the four noble truths that form the basis of the Buddhist religion and philosophy. We continue with the abbot of the Georgia Buddhist Vihara.
Four Noble Truth is the base of the Buddhist teachings. Four Noble Truth. Number one is dukkha. Dukkha means suffering. Number two, samudaya. Samudaya means origination of suffering. Origin of the suffering. Number three, nirodha. Nirodha means cessation of suffering. And number four, attangika magga. It means 8 noble path. So this is cause and effect. So I am suffering because I have the roots to be suffered. But there is a way to overcome suffering.
And the way or path to overcome suffering is what's called the Noble Eightfold Path. The first teaching is Samadhi, right understanding.
Even though a person going to marry someone, right? That person has to have a right understanding of the other part of the person. Otherwise, he will be having not wedding ring, not engagement ring. He will be having suffering, right? So he has to have a right understanding, and right understanding of this nature, right understanding of human problems, the problems of the world, the real reality, the nature, the truth, calls right understanding. If you understand a Four Noble Truth, that means you understand yourself.
The second step on the Eightfold Path is right intention.
So if we have a wrong intention, then the action is going to be unwholesome. So therefore we have to have a right intention. Nekkamma sankappa. I need to renounce from all unwholesomeness. That is intention that always I need to keep in my mind. I need to mindful of right intention. If anything going to be wrong intention, immediately you need to stop of doing such action. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. You are generating bad karma, bad actions, right? You are accumulating bad thing. And also, make sure that you are not harming others. You have to have an intention of not to harm. So, this is right intention.
The third step on the Noble Eightfold Path is right action.
Right action means that belong to sila, means morality, the virtuous part. Because we need to discipline ourselves not to misconduct our body, not to do any bad action. Panatipata, killing is bad, which is unwholesome action. Adinnadana, we should not take which is not given, stealing. So we need to refrain from stealing. Kamesu michachara, not to do any sexual misconduct. Sexual, sensual misconduct. Sensual misconduct, which means that we should not misconduct our eyes, our ears, our tongue, our body, our mind. If we misconduct, we are accumulating bad karma. So we should refrain from misconducting our body. I need to refrain from killing. I need to refrain from stealing. I need to refrain from sensual misconduct.
The fourth step is right speech.
So therefore, he said, we need to refrain from lying. Musavada veeramanisi kapadan samadhi. I need to refrain from lying. And I need to refrain from slandering talks. I need to refrain from harsh words, useless words. Then I am able to discipline my words.
Next is right livelihood.
So I need to choose right livelihood, which is honorable, respectable. Make sure that in that duty or that job doesn't make any unwholesome actions. So right livelihood. If you make weapons, you can get good money. But your intention is to make weapons is not for keeping as souvenir, right? So your intention of making weapons for someone to selling to someone and then they are using it for killing others. So he said that is unwholesome earnings, unrighteous earnings. It's not righteous earnings, it's not a right livelihood. You are making money, but that money is not purely earned. And selling drugs, that is not the purely earnings money. Those are wrong livelihood. So we need to refrain from it. We need to refrain from those unwholesome actions.
The next step in the Eightfold Path is right effort.
So we need to put effort to do more good things if I haven't done yet. If I am doing some good things, I need to develop or I need to do more. If I am doing bad things, I need to put effort to stop of doing such bad thing. If I am not doing any bad things, so I need to put effort not to gain that kind of bad action. So that is right effort.
The seventh element of the Noble Eightfold Path is right mindfulness.
We need to mindful of every single time, every single thing. So the mindfulness or mindful meditation is very big topic in Buddhism. Yeah. Because he introduced this mindful meditation system by the Buddha, and then now most of the people, they like it because it is the way for you to overcome all unwholesomeness. If you are not mindful, even our day-to-day life can be miserable. If you are not mindfully driving the car, it can be dangerous, not only to you and to others. If you are unmindfully walk on the street, you will be hit the cars. Cars not hit you, you are hitting the cars, right? And the roots and rocks and right. So mindfulness we can apply to our daily activities. When we are cleaning the house, and also we can apply mindfulness. But here, mindfulness means that you need to mindful of your words, your body, your thoughts, your feelings, and the Dhamma. It is called four foundations of mindfulness. Kaya means body, contemplating of the body, and then feelings. So contemplating of all the feelings and thoughts, contemplating of all the thoughts rising in your mind, contemplating of the Dhamma. Dhamma means Four Noble Truth, Eight Noble Path, and those are Dhamma. So then we are able to gain mindfulness, starting with breathing, focusing in and out breath, and then you can establish mindfulness by focusing in and out breath. Then you can develop mindfulness. That mindfulness applies whenever we need. Whenever you get angry, you can apply mindfulness without using your hands and legs or taking guns and knife. You can control by your mind. Otherwise, it's going to be danger. Because when we get angry, quickly we react. But we have to have a mindfulness developed sharp enough to trigger that moment. It is very important of that moment, how I can deal with the problems, how I can deal with the anger. If I miss that time, so I'll be in jail, I'll be losing my life, or I'm hurting others, or someone will lose their life. For that instant, that second, it's very important. So therefore we need to develop mindfulness, and then it's automatically applies whenever I need. When we get angry, I know I'm getting anger, now let it go. Right? Instead of, taking anything or any weapons. So you are letting go of the anger, letting go of the anger, let it go and let it go. You just keep yourself and let it go and let it go and it goes. So then you are not misconducting your body. You are not misconducting your words. When we get angry, sometimes you are yelling, saying harsh words, blaming, and then you are hurting others because saying such words, harsh words. So we need to use mindfulness at that moment to overcome of harsh words, not to say harsh words, not to use harsh words.
The eighth and final step on the Noble Eightfold Path is right concentration.
Right concentration means that we need to concentrate. That's also meditation, development of the mind. So we need to practice mindfulness, that's also meditation. And we need to practice concentration. Yeah, we can concentrate one thing, one pointedness of concentration. So we are pointing our mind to one thing and then we try to absorb that into your mind. So that your mind is not a monkey mind. Your mind is not jumping here and there. Your mind is staying with what you are doing. Right? So in this moment, I'm concentrating what we are doing. Right? So otherwise, when you're asking questions, I'm somewhere else, my mind is somewhere else, then I have to ask, what did you say? Did you say something? Right? So, because I could not catch what you say. So that's called right concentration.
The 8 elements on the path to liberation from suffering are grouped into 3 essential ones: ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. These teachings were not to be followed one after the other in order, but to be developed more or less simultaneously, as they are linked, and each, according to Buddhist teachings, helps the cultivation of the others.
Thanks for watching. Go to aibtv.com/donate to support programming like this. All contributions are tax deductible.